Hi guys, my name is Julia. Welcome back to another YouTube video. Why do I look like this? Why do I look like this? This is even worse. Guys, I'm on my period, so I'm breaking out, but I don't want to be ashamed of that. So yeah, it's fine. I had acne when I was a kid. I can deal with 2 pimples on my face. Let's just acknowledge the elephant in the room first. Anyways, hi! It's been a long time. It's been a long time coming, but it's you and me. That's my whole world. I whisper in the hallway. Okay, I'm in, obviously, you can tell, a very hype mood. Because, first of all, I really miss doing podcasts. And honestly, since I've moved to Milan, I have done 3 episodes that I have not uploaded because I did not enjoy them. I did not enjoy doing them. And I promised myself that I wouldn't do this if I'm not enjoying every second of it and if I'm not saying shit from my heart and being this upbeat, not even like happy upbeat, just like if I have nothing to say and I'm just rambling on, I don't want you guys to listen to me. And there's one episode that is already uploaded. I think it's the second one that I honestly hate. I've not rewatched that episode. I don't rewatch anything I do, but that specific one, I hate the way I talk there because I felt like it wasn't genuine. I felt like it wasn't very authentic to what I was feeling at the time. And that made me really kind of mad at myself because if I'm promoting this video or whatever, I want you to watch it like and think that I'm actually saying what I want to say. I'm not just rambling on, talking about things I don't believe in or things that I haven't experienced. Like, the whole reason this channel exists is because I want to share my experiences and my feelings with people all over the world. Anyways, my name is Julia and welcome back to my channel. I realized that I have been making these videos since I was 12 years old, which is a very much a universal experience. I'm not gonna say that like, yeah, I've been doing this for so long and like, I'm not getting it. There's a billion people in the world, 7 billion. I'm sure you're not the only girl who's been making YouTube videos since you were 12, but that's a bad mindset. That is a very bad mindset because I think I'm special. Do you not think I'm special? I do not give a shit. If I think I'm gonna make it, then I think I'm gonna make it. Anyways, we're getting off track. But I have been saying this sentence like, hey guys, welcome back to my channel, in a not ironic way that's now turned into an ironic way for like almost 10 years. Can you imagine? So now it's just been like, at least I'm used to it, Anyways, I'm in this good mood because I just did a TikTok live after like a month, honestly, of not doing like good TikTok lives. And if you don't know, I kind of like started doing TikTok lives, I think 3 years ago, like 4 to 3 years ago. And I've been doing them so consistently throughout different times of my life. It's insane. Like when I'm feeling a bit down or when I'm feeling home and I'm kind of bored, I always do TikTok live and I sing on these lives and I do covers and I ask people what they want to listen to and I do them. And that's like how I kind of started going on TikTok. And at the time in 2022, it was such an outlet for me to talk to people outside my hometown because I lived in Marseille, this big of a city. All my friends moved away at the time. So it was a really good place to connect with people and for people to appreciate my music and appreciate my talents, I guess. Therefore, I got very nostalgic when I had like a good live session basically, and I felt, because like ever since I moved to Milan, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I did not, wait, let's bring you over here. I did not expect to miss Istanbul this much, but I'm honestly really grateful that I do miss Istanbul because these feelings that I'm having right now about so many different things are showing me that I'm not right all the time. For a while there, I really thought I was like, I could do no wrong, which I still can't, in my humble opinion. But like for a minute there, I was like, no, I'm gonna go to Milan and I'm not gonna miss Istanbul. I'm not gonna miss my friends. Who cares? Convincing myself that I had no real connections back at home. Like, it's insane to me that I call Istanbul home because I've called so many places this like home title, and it's insane that now it's Istanbul, and maybe 5 years later it's gonna be here, and it just keeps going and going, and you keep making new homes for yourself. This is an insane concept to me. Anyways, so I was very clear on how I was gonna feel when I got here. I was very clear on how I'm gonna handle every situation that comes my way. And then I come here and I'm slapped in the face. Slapped in the face. I thought that I could handle it. I thought that I was like, I've moved before, I'll move again. But I've been talking about this for a while, guys. I'm sorry if you have to re-listen to this every week. But I promise I'm gonna get to another topic. This is just a little update, I guess, about my current mental state. Then, when I came here, I was very ecstatic at first. And then I had these little crash outs sometimes because I missed my friends. I missed familiarity. Then I started thinking about how I hate familiarity at the same time. I hate familiarity. I hate my comfort zone. But this is giving very much cognitive dissonance because I hate having a routine. I hate being in my comfort zone for a long time. But at the same time, I hate change. So what is it going to be? Am I going to be stuck in the same place for the rest of my life and suck it up? Or am I going to go through changes? I'm going through changes. Sorry, guys. It's my favorite show in the whole wide world, honestly. It's so weird that my favorite show is Big Mouth. Either that or I'm going to go through changes and it's going to be scary and I'm going to suck that up. So, but in one of these options, which is staying in the same place for the rest of your life, you're not going to go far. It's very comfortable, and anything that's too comfortable is not going to teach you anything new. You learn out of heartbreak, you learn out of anxiety, and you learn from new things, and you learn from people. And that's what excites me. That's what, honestly, the big ass motivation that I have every day to get up and go talk to people is simply the fact that I want to get to know people. I want to know who these people living around me are, who is in my class, who's this girl that I see every day at a cafe. I want to know what people are thinking, and I want to learn from them. Oh my God, because I think that's the best way to learn. I always try to go into new topics by myself. I try to I don't know, I want to learn about biology because, okay, quick side note. My high school education was really fucked. Obviously COVID, and then online school, and then I finished it early by myself. So I have this big gap in my education that I feel like I don't know enough about certain topics that everyone knows about, like chemistry, biology, physics, and especially the high school I went to didn't have these topics. So I specialized in business and economics. Therefore, I feel very behind in those other topics. Anyways, and every time I try and learn about these said topics, I don't know, music theory, blah, 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 it's hard for me. Obviously, it's hard because it's not school. I'm not getting graded on it. This is simply something I want to do because I want to learn about this topic more in depth. But then I remember that I learn the best from the people closest to me. At the time, I had this partner. She was my first girlfriend, actually. And she was so smart, insanely smart. I'm not kidding. In every topic, she knew something about it. And I realized that really made me want to learn more. And I wanted her to teach me about it, which is obviously your brain can get that information in a better way when someone that you're interested in is explaining it to you. That's just how it works. That's science, guys. Believe me. But at the same time, it made me want to learn more kind of behind her back in order to also kind of keep up with a conversation. And I think that is the best way to learn for me because I hate feeling dumb. I hate when people make me feel dumb because I'm not dumb. If I have a gap in my education, which honestly, I think a lot of people do because of COVID and stuff. If I have a gap in some areas, that doesn't mean that I'm not smart. And I hate when people start trying to make me feel dumb by being like, oh, you don't know this band? Oh, you don't know who this scientist is? Oh, you don't know who this physicist is? What was the word? What was it? Yukarıdan bakmak. All my Turkish viewers right now screaming at me through the screen. This is gonna kill me. This is gonna eat me alive. Let's research. I want to say posh, but it's not posh. It's more looking down on people. but there's a word for it. What's the word for looking down on someone? Condescending. Okay, thank you. Do Google. Okay. I hate when people are very condescending in this way where they're like, where they make you feel dumber than, basically. Anyways, what was I going on about? I will do everything in my power to not feel this way. So, for example, we go out, we're having a coffee, and then you start telling me about, I don't know, this reggae group from the 80s, and I don't know shit about them. When I go home, I'm gonna look that up. I'm gonna have like a 20-minute session of me researching about the genre reggae, or like, I don't know, jazz or blues or anything. Or I don't know, you tell me about this like theory in psychology and I don't know what it is, girl, you know I'm gonna have a 30-minute like research session starting from Freud till the end, because I can't. I can't. But at the same time, see, this is a good way for me to learn from people. That's why I like talking to people and I like meeting people more than like staying home, or like, that's why I'm a very extroverted girl. I forced myself to be an extrovert, by the way. If you don't think that this thing about you is changeable, I disagree. Genuinely, I disagree. When I was a kid, I was a very shy girl. I did not have many friends. My only friend was my neighbor, Leia, and I love that girl to death to this day. But at the time I was very shy, and she was 1 year younger than me, so I would just always hang out with her, but our recess times didn't line up schedule wise, so I would just like sit in the corner and I'd like look at my classmates play together, and I would be so nervous to go and talk to them because they were all like in groups, and I don't know, I felt very like shy and very I don't know, like mute almost. I was very silent in my early years in kindergarten and like preschool and whatnot. And even in middle school, honestly, I was very shy. I was very hesitant to talk to people. I made friends, but it took me a long time to make friends, and they usually came up to me at that point. Then in 8th grade, everything changed. In 8th grade, I kind of lost all my friends because they went off to high school, and I was only close with people like 1 year above me. And that changed something in my head, which made me turn myself into a completely different person at that time, extroversion wise. Because I was so scared to be by myself at that point too. Like, I wasn't very extroverted, but I was definitely afraid to eat lunch by myself. I was definitely afraid to go do anything by myself. But then that night, day, year, I don't know, something happened. And then I was like, this is not who I want to be. I want to be able to talk to people. So after that, I just spent, I don't know what happened, but then suddenly I was trying to be okay with sitting by myself and doing things by myself, which made my confidence level rise up. I didn't go and talk to people because I had to, and I was scared that no one would like me and that I would sit in the corner and be alone. No, I was talking with people because I wanted to get to know them, not because I was scared of being alone. And I think that makes a huge difference on your self-esteem, because then you're not talking out of a place of insecurity, you're talking out of a place of genuine interest for this other group of people or person or whatever. So this thing that happened in 8th grade is really coming in handy right now, because right now I'm so good at this. Like, I didn't think I would even be this good at this at that point, and I'm not trying to brag, but let this be kind of a motivator if you're looking for it. Like, ever since I've moved here, it's been kind of hard to make, like, not even make friends. It's not been hard. I've been here for 3 weeks and I've already met wonderful people. But at the same time, in my head, I thought I would like click with people immediately, because okay, my first year of college set up a very false standard. Like, the first week of college, I already had friends that I knew from beforehand, and I like went around school the first week and I met 3 girls that were wonderful, and I'm still friends with them to this day. And we just like, it's been 3 years and we've been just together ever since. And it's not like those weird uni groups where you come apart like after 1 year and you have this huge fight. I almost ended our whole friendship because of me not being able to do group work, but that's on me. They know. Anyways, So this set up a very false standard that I was gonna meet someone and immediately become best friends with them, and we're just gonna be together forever. So when I came here, I went to class. My class wasn't how I expected. Like, obviously, as I said, I didn't meet like my best friends in class, but they're sweet people, but I just don't think we hit it off that well up until now. Like, and I don't want to be very judgmental because it's been 1 week, 2 weeks. So I'm not about to be like, oh, they were horrible. They were not sweet people, but it's just like, couldn't find my cup of tea yet, I guess. And then I was feeling very upset about this whole situation. And, I was walking around campus and I was looking at people, and everyone just seemed so like closed off. Like, there's two types of stances. I think one is like the group is open to other people, and the other one is like closed. I just want to add this in here real quick. I am so sorry for using so many filler words, but when I get excited and passionate about a topic, I use a lot of filler words like and then I usually hate hearing me talk like this, so I just delete the video. But I'm trying not to do that right now, so please bear with me, and I will try and be better at this because I do not like using filler words, but if I don't, I will talk slower, and I do not like talking slowly. So bear with me. Thank you. I would walk around campus and I'd be like, oh, goddamn, who am I going to talk to? Blah, blah, blah. And then I found this table. They had one chair that was free. And then I just randomly went up to these people and I told them, could I sit down? And then we just started talking, and this gave me the courage to be like, yeah, you can talk to random people. It's actually not that bizarre. I think people think that just sitting down at a random table and being like, hey, can we be friends is insane. To me, that is not insane. How else are you going to make friends? How else? If they're not in your class or if you don't meet them in like a, I don't know, organic way. And by the way, I'm not talking about forcing friendships because that's a completely different story. I'm not saying you should force anything. If a friendship is gonna happen, let it happen naturally. But at the same time, you can't expect to stay home and someone to knock on your door and be like, hey, do you want to be my friend? So therefore, I've been forcing myself doing exposure therapy to go and talk to everyone who I deem cool, in my opinion. Whoever I see that I feel like the vibes are right, I go up to them. And I've been trying to even go up to people who are not typically look physically like my type of friends. And it's honestly been going well. Like, I've been talking to these people, even if like they kind of rejected me. I'm not saying like rejection in they were mean, but like even if we just had like a 3-minute chat and then I left, it still gave me that satisfaction and that validation of like, yeah, you went and talked to this random person today and you tried your luck today. You didn't just wait around for someone to come talk to you. And I think that feels great. That feels like I'm putting myself out there. And honestly, it works. Like, I sat at this table and these people are actually now my friends and they're very sweet. And I'm so glad that I sat at that table at that time. Or I don't know, like I went up to this random girl the other day and then we got each other's Instagrams and then we're going out to coffee. This is how it works. I think when you're an adult, either you do this or you just wait around. And maybe you're waiting around and you found good friends while waiting around. Maybe you were sitting in the corner and I came up to you and we became friends. Like, it's a very, I think, different dynamic for everyone. Not everyone has to be this outgoing or social, but I do think that if you do have this problem, like you move to a new place or you just don't have many friends in your school or around you, I think it should be okay or socially acceptable to talk to people and try to be friends with them, because everyone complains that they don't have like real good friends. Or I don't know, most of the people that I meet, like especially when I moved here, like, and a lot of people are international students coming also from similar backgrounds. So everyone I meet is like, yeah, I'm looking for friends. So everyone is in deep need of connection. If everyone has this want to make friends and need to make friends, then why are we just not going out there and talking to people? You know, it seems insane to me. And if you do go up to someone and they're mean, let's say they I don't know, glance at each other and they don't want you there and it's obvious, girl, just leave. Just leave. They're not the right people then. Oh. Last topic I want to talk about today before I close up this video is no contact. And honestly, I could make a whole damn video about this topic because I simply don't understand it. With friendships, relationships, parents, anyone ever, it is very weird to me that you can like get to know someone. Like, for example, I have this friend, random disclaimer, by the way, I'm not talking about anyone in specific unless I am telling you that I'm talking about someone in specific, because even though I'm a very, very niche community of people who subscribe to my channel, some people still love to take things out of context. So let me just say that. I had this friend at the time and we've been friends for a good 3-4 years. And this person was very disrespectful to me at times. And it was my fault that I kept forgiving them over and over again. But after a while, this just became too much of an extreme. And then I became aware enough to want to stop being friends with this person. At the end, though, I gave them a lot of chances to like, for us to speak and for us to end it on good terms and just be acquaintances, or I don't know, not have like any bad blood in between us. But this person just did not take these chances. They didn't call me, they didn't text me, they didn't want to talk about it. And then I just silently removed them from my life. But now in my head, we're basically doing no contact. And I hate that. I genuinely hate that, because if I have invested time and energy into our friendship, relationship, whatever, human connection, I understand no contact for some reasons. Like, sometimes it's healthy to put some distance in between you and the other person, but I still don't think it should be under the name no contact. Like, obviously, I'm not talking about people who did you wrong and people who like fucked you over. Obviously, do not talk to these people. But I'm just talking about like minor situations or situations that aren't as big to you. Why do I have to never speak to you again for the rest of my life? I think that's insane. You put time, energy, love, and hate into a human connection for years. And then you're just expected to suddenly... How does it make sense? I do not think it is humane to do this. I'm not saying that, oh, you should talk all the time. Sometimes it's really good to not talk that often, but it's just the name, you know, the title of it. It's like, yeah, we're doing no contact. Like, I hear that from a lot of my friends as well. And I mean, why should it be like, why should that be that black and white? Honestly, I think the name and the whole concept of it makes people break no contact more, because there's a name to it. Now you have an urge. There is a rule that you should not contact someone, and then you want to break the rule. It's human nature. You think you have the option to text someone, but you're willingly not texting them. It's a whole completely different story than having this rule of like, no contact. You cannot text them, because if you text them, you're gonna break this unspoken rule between you two. Oh my God. Okay, I've been going on way too long. I'm tired and my back hurts. Guys, I'm leaving, and I hope I edit this today and post it. Today has been a good day. I did a lot of content that I'm proud of, and yeah, I love this thing with a passion. It has little things in its stomach, and it's like massages, but I don't think it's a good massager, I'm not gonna lie. Be nice, be human, don't be cruel, don't be mean, and have emotions. For fuck's sake, have emotions, guys. Feel your feelings. Okay, I'm gonna leave now. Have a good night. Bye.